welcome back to the Tilt Express podcast. My name is Andrew. With me, as always, is my co-host
Nathan. I'm locked in today.
Locked in, baby. All right, Nathan. Get me started here, Mr. Locked In.
Yes, sir. I got an icebreaker for us today. It's a good one, I think. I'm cooking this one up.
Yeah? You told me you had a good one earlier, so we'll see.
Check me out. Without the economical repercussions of making said item $1, if you can make any item $1 permanently, like Arizona iced tea, what would it be?
99 cents?
Yeah.
I
Item or
just-
service?
Wait, or service is crazy.
You think that's too difficult?
Yeah, let's keep it to item because there's a lot of services.
Mhm.
Like, I could be like, I can't think of any service.
Well, service is really complicated, especially if you consider the implications of doy.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain just turned off.
See, my first two thoughts are gasoline, because duh.
Gas.
But I feel like
Gas at $1? Bro, I don't know in our lifetime gas has ever been $1.
maybe when we were like really little.
No, bro.
But I think if you make gas $1, then it becomes like a supply and demand issue. Not because of like
Yes.
people driving cars, but just because like all the companies use
I
it.
mean, think about it though. Like, it's not infinitely free transportation, obviously, but pretty damn close.
Yeah, and it makes it
Imagine saving $3 off the price of gas. Like
for every
the amount of
gallon
money
each
you would
time.
save. How
Yeah.
often do you put gas?
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks. Holy!
Yeah.
I put gas once every 5 days.
But
Oh, but you
my car
work
at-
from home.
I work from home, but Laura's driving my car, and it's 16 gallons, and it's like roughly $50 to $55 every time.
55?
Yup.
Wait, what do you put? Do you put regular?
Regular Sprite, the cheapest I can get. And it's just
Yeah.
50, 55, and it's like gas is like now it's just under $3, like $2.99 or something.
Yeah, right.
Right now, but for the past few years, it's been
$2.99
$3.40, $3.60.
Bro, it's like $2.99 for like a week or two, and then it goes back to $3.30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Other than that,
gas
I think
is
food.
yeah, but you can't just say food as a general umbrella term.
What about clothes?
No,
I think clothes bothers me that it's so expensive. I want clothes to be $1.
yeah, I mean, everything's so. The thing is, you get what you pay for at the same time as like you sometimes get cheated. Like on the topic of clothes, we just went shopping on
Yeah.
Saturday. I helped you pick out some clothes. Zara, for
Great to
example.
fit, by the way.
Yeah,
There's a Xander original Nathan custom fit.
yeah.
I'm
I
looking
dressed him.
good.
It's kind of basic. I didn't want to do anything too crazy because, I'm not trying to.
It's better than my last 3 fits from the last 3 episodes.
I mean, yeah, he comes in work clothes. Like,
No,
guys,
that's
no
not true.
respect for the
I
podcast.
come in
Shows up in his
jeans
work
and I
clothes.
come in a
polo shirt.
Ralph
A
Lauren
Polo
shirt.
Ralph Lauren every single
Yeah.
time. Thank God we broke that streak. What I was saying is, I love Zara's clothes. I could fill my entire closet with
Yep.
with like what they got.
Sometimes they miss, but when they hit, man, there's
But
so much in that store.
What
It's
I
so
will,
good.
what I will tell you is like I've had bad experiences with Zara clothes
Like what?
after washing it. Like, I recommend everything you bought, bro. Hang dry it all. Don't tumble dry a single item. Maybe the pants, but not even.
Really?
I've had shirts that end up like super wide and super short for no reason.
Oh, like they crumple up down the middle of the shirt.
They shrink this way, not this way.
That's weird.
Bro, so bad. And I've had a couple shirts do it. A couple really nice shirts. One wear, trash.
What is it? The material or how it's?
I don't
woven?
know.
I don't know what this
I
is made
can't
out
even
of,
tell you
but-
what it was, but yeah, clothes would be crazy for $1. But again, it's an umbrella. Clothes is an umbrella term for so many things.
So you think it has to be like more particular?
Yeah, I mean Arizona iced tea. So something
Okay.
specific for $1, I'd say gas. I'd say gas. The only problem is like the
Insulin?
supply and demand. Insulin would be crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, if we're thinking practical and like helpful for the world, more helpful than gas at $1
we
would
can't
be insulin.
we can't say like medicine as a broad term.
No, again, can't do.
So gas, insulin.
I don't know.
We can't say like food items in particular. Yeah.
Milk? No.
No.
You ever drink enough milk to justify changing it to $1 forever?
I do.
Whoa, you're a freak.
I do.
You're a freak.
I go through a gallon of milk a week by myself.
Okay, but that's not that much.
Why, like a household going through that makes sense. Myself, I'm not the only one in my household. Every week I go to a store and there's
I
always a cycle of 2 gallons of milk. I never look at the expiration date for milk because I never have to worry about it.
I never drink milk, like drink milk.
Oh, I
I
just put.
use milk for things,
Uh-huh.
pancakes or oatmeal
Mhm.
or yada yada yada, so on. And I go through a gallon in like a week and a half.
I'm thirsty. I don't feel like having water.
All right, all
I
right, all
take
right.
up the
Hold on,
milk and
hold on,
drink.
hold on. Whole milk, 2% milk. Or are we doing an alternative?
So I grew up on 2% milk for whatever reason. I don't know. My mom was very particular about it has to be 2% milk. I never understood why, but ever since I had purchasing power, I always bought whole milk, and whole milk is just way better in every way. I don't understand. I never went to the bathroom any different. I never had any stomach issues. It just tastes and feels better to drink. Why?
I can't do it.
I mean, you're lactose intolerant.
I'm not scientifically.
Scientifically,
I'm not diagnosed lactose intolerant. Like I've never gotten tested for it. But man, I have some whole milk, bro. I go to Starbucks and I'm that guy. I ask them for skim milk for 2% or an alternative.
you can't be a big guy
I-
going to a
Yo,
Starbucks and being
I'm
like,
not even a big.
"Can I get your
Don't
weakest
talk
milk?"
about me like I'm some fucking big dude.
You're a big dude.
I'm a normal sized dude.
You wear extra large, and not because you're fat or tall or wide, because you're big.
I guess. But I'm not that big.
You're extra large.
I wear large to go out. Extra large I wear for comfort.
Buddy, I'm a medium, and we're roughly the same, like structurally built. Like you have muscle on top of that,
I guess.
but your average would be medium. My average would be small if I just didn't have gut. I've got some gut I hide behind big clothes.
I guess. But whatever. I definitely do that. It's for my gut health, man. Like whole milk is so hard on your stomach. So hard on your like
Is it really?
digestive system.
It makes me feel good.
Yes.
I feel like actively
I'm
happier.
pretty sure somewhere in the world there's scientific study that we shouldn't even consume like whole milk.
People always say that, but they're saying that a lot now about like don't eat red meat, don't eat steak. Is like, man, what? That's
Wait,
all.
hold on.
That's all cavemen
That's
ate.
wild.
What?
Like don't eat red meat.
Yeah,
There's a limit to how much red meat you should be consuming.
There's a limit to everything you should eat. You can only eat 400 bananas before the radiation kills you from bananas. Potassium is radioactive. We're not getting into the science of it. We've established that you don't understand science. I get it. It's fine.
Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from?
From last episode, you're a microbiologist.
A microbiologist?
What's the one for the ocean?
Marine?
See, I knew it was an M biologist. That's all that matters.
Who says that they're radioactive?
I read once that.
Well, I read once. Okay,
See,
where?
I read a lot of things. I'm a very
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I was looking into how much of something do you have to eat for it to kill you, and bananas came up, but not for the reason you expect. It's because of the amount of potassium that you would eat from bananas. It's like 400 and something. Is the equivalent of like radioactive decay affecting you.
Okay, so but it's not radioactive. It's just it simulates. I don't know the word that I'm looking for in my head, but it has a similar effect to what radiation would have.
Yeah. Like heroin and caffeine, both very addictive.
I honestly, yeah, you lost me, brother. You lost me.
It's the same principle.
I guess
They both kill you the same way. Addiction. No, they don't. No, they don't kill you by addiction. They kill you with withdrawals. What kills you?
You're the science guy. You're supposed to know.
uh,
My
computer science.
microbiologist.
Computer science. It doesn't really count.
Hmm.
I wish I could actually focus enough on a science to make a difference. Like
Make a difference what in the world or in your brain?
either. I mean, whichever comes first, honestly.
Oh,
Whichever has more direct implications on my life. Speaking about implications on my life, did you see the Elon Musk event about all the new stuff he revealed? He revealed a driverless car with the cyber truck Tesla cab looking thing.
Cars $1. Vehicles.
Vehicles $1. Let me think about that.
Everybody could just have a car
Everyone would own a car.
or
You would-
shoes.
You would accelerate global warming to
Oh.
such a degree.
Oh. Ooh,
Uh,
let's not go down that rabbit hole.
No, I think would vehicles work at $1?
I don't think we should leave this conversation yet. I don't think we've given a really good like $1 answer. Other
I,
than insulin, I don't think gas would work because, like you said, supply and demand. But if you're taking that into account, insulin wouldn't really work either.
yeah, but then what's the point of Rolls Royce making fancy cars if they're only going to be $1? You feel me? Like we're just going to get a whole bunch of like here's 4 wheels and half an engine.
You think we'll see flying cars before we die?
Ooh, I think we'll see flying. Well, we already have. We have airplanes. We have helicopters.
We had airplanes
We
for a
have
long time, Nathan.
drones. We have jetpacks. We already have
Do
flying.
jetpacks really work though?
Yeah, you haven't seen the videos
I
of like
ki-
the
I kinda
military
seen
like
it.
using them and testing them.
But do you know, like,
They're not like practical like yet, but they're like
but you know how much like
functional and
is it?
existing.
Can you really you know, be
What?
confident that anything like those videos you're seeing of jetpacks are fucking real?
I can't be confident of any videos real. Ever
Exactly.
since Photoshop and AI, separate instances came into existence, nothing on the internet is real at all.
AI is crazy. We'll get to that when we talk about the Elon Musk stuff.
Yeah.
$1 internet, phone service,
Mm, I don't think electricity.
electricity. Actually, electricity would be crazy.
I think yeah, we're just going down to like energy sources. That kind of like solves
Yeah.
everything. Nuclear? Like nuclear energy?
I
What?
don't think anybody needs nuclear energy for $1. I don't think. Wait, what? What are you gonna do with nuclear energy?
No, it's the same. Instead of using gas to generate electricity, you use nuclear to generate electricity.
Okay.
But the like stigma behind nuclear is that it's like super radioactive, and what if it blows up and it's dangerous? And
What
it's
does that
like
have to do with $1?
you just make it cheaper. You make any sort
Well,
of
what are you
source
gonna use it for?
electricity, lights, cameras.
I get it, but you could just use regular electricity, make regular electricity $1. It doesn't have to be nuclear.
Yeah, I guess the source of electricity. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
like the source of power doesn't matter.
No, but then there's like political implications.
Movie tickets.
That's not enough.
Keep the snacks the same price. Make the movie tickets $1.
That's lame.
Not really.
Well, where are you going that a movie ticket is a make or break for you?
Excuse me. Movie tickets are like $20 nowadays.
Is that
We bought tickets. Me and my family bought tickets to see the Joker the other day. They were $17.50 for regular room, regular seats, regular screen, regular everything.
what kind of theater you going to? You
I
going to
don't
like
remember which one it was.
you going to
Honestly,
like a discount theater or
my
like
sister
a,
bought the tickets because she might as well be my mom. So I don't really know. We didn't end up going, so I don't know what theater it was.
you bought the tickets and didn't go?
Well, yeah, there was like something happened.
And telling me tickets are expensive? Like, come on, bro. I don't
We
think
got the
tickets.
money back.
Oh, well, that's fine. But I don't.
We were on the way to the movie theater, and there was like a 9-car accident on the turnpike.
You think
I was in traffic for like an hour and a half.
if they made theater tickets $1, it would encourage more people to go and them to make more movies and them to make movies better, or would like they just not care? Like, I want to see like the ripples of we changed this
Changing
to
something to
$1.
$1.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said earlier, gas and insulin, they just wouldn't be enough
Yeah.
if it was $1.
It just becomes a supply and demand issue.
Yeah. Cars wouldn't
what
make
I-
any sense.
And to clarify, what I mean by no economical what's the word I used earlier? Doesn't actually damage the economy. What I mean by that is like it doesn't like devalue the dollar in any way. It's just like this
Oh.
item is just now $1, but now what's the repercussions like supply and demand? Who wants it? Does it actually affect anything? Like what does it change? for,
And
like, the
I'm
good
really
of
trying to
society?
cook a good answer, but I can only think of like
Groceries?
utilities, making utilities $1. Because essentially like free electricity.
Did they make gas and electricity like really cheap? Then just like
'Cause, like,
subsequently other things become cheaper?
Electricity is only so expensive because most areas are like monopolized, right?
What does Monopoly have to do with anything?
They can charge whatever the fuck they want.
Oh yeah.
You think their cost to produce the electricity changes
Ooh, okay,
from year to
okay.
year?
So what's a really heavily
Only when there's more, like, you know what I mean?
what's a really heavily monopolized market
Electricity.
aside from electricity? We've covered that. I think like internet, right? There's like 3 big internet
I
providers.
mean, yeah, internet. They fight for territory. It's like internet gang wars. When I worked at AT&T, it was crazy the way that they would bid and like fight over like new developments to be the internet provider there, and then the other provider just wasn't allowed to be there. It's like, how does that make any sense? There's no competition there.
Guns,
No.
ammunition.
I don't know anything about ammo, but I know that there's a lot of brands that make guns. Why would you want to make guns $1?
Makes it easier for more people to have guns.
We're not going down that hole, but no, no. I don't.
Tanks.
Yeah, everybody just roll out to the street in their fucking tank.
I'd feel very safe if I drove around in a tank. I don't know about you.
I wouldn't feel safe if you were driving around. Even if I was in a tank and I saw you down the block in your tank, I would feel not safe.
Yeah, I guess tank to tank action would be a little too commonplace. Yeah, just downfall society. Moving on.
Well, you know what? We'll shoot it to the future so we can move on. Robots.
What type of robot?
Robot assistants.
It's like the stuff that Elon's trying to make?
Yeah. In-home robot assistants. Built-in AI, all the crazy shit.
Okay, so for context, Elon Musk just had an event recently, and he was revealing the Cybercab, which is a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no nothing. It's just like you Uber it to yourself, and then it just drives. No driver, no nothing. And he's trying to make like a whole network system for that, for it to be flawless and not cause traffic. There's also like a bigger version. All these cars are, I'm sorry to say, ugly. They're cool because like futuristic and dystopian or whatever, but it's ugly. And there's like a big like van version of it that just holds more passengers. And he decided, oh yeah, I'm just gonna reveal robots, just AI powered robots. Now there's some controversy about the event, about the robots being controlled by people, or whatever. Not the point that I care about. The point is, the goal is to make robots readily available for households to purchase, and making them $1 so everyone can get them. Sure, let's say everyone has a robot.
Think about that. Just let's imagine a world where everybody had a robot assistant in their house.
One.
Just one at least. Obviously, the more
Yeah.
well off you are, the better. But let's think of a world where having a robot assistant is a norm. Like we just Pluto is a phenomenal anime.
Yeah.
A world like Pluto.
Very good series.
Could you imagine that?
I would be terrified.
I like
Every single horror movie from the future always starts with really rich guy has a good idea to make robots to make lives easier, and then cut to however many years later the technology develops and then the world's in disarray because the robots have gone bad, are being abused in some way, are being used in war. It's just, there's just too many bad implications that could happen no matter how
what's
good
that
the
game,
intentions are.
Detroit
Detroit
Become
Become
Human.
Human.
That game, I've
Yup.
watched a playthrough of that game probably like 4 or 5 times. Never played it, but I watched several different creators play through it. Man, like that's a great example. I am broke. Well, it didn't break it.
IEM should be $1. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to the dollar thing.
At some point through this conversation, we'll be like, "Wow, wait, that's the answer. It's right there." Yeah. Did you ever see iRobot?
I saw bits and pieces of it when it came out.
Dude, very good movie.
Yeah,
Very good
I
movie.
saw
Go
a part
watch
where
it.
he had to shoot his dog, and
It
I was
holds.
like,
Wait,
can't
what?
do it.
What'd you say?
Was that not an iRobot? When he had to shoot his dog? I'm thinking the zombie one. What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of I Am Legend.
No.
Uh huh. You have a phone? Look it up. I don't. It's recording.
I'm looking it up.
Uh huh.
I just remember Will Smith in a movie about bad stuff
He
happening.
was in both of them. He was in both these movies. He is the main protagonist in both. I think.
I Am Legend. Yeah, it's this. Yep. All
All
right.
right, now look up iRobot. I think that's what it's called.
No, I mean I know for a fact that's what it's called. Yep.
Have you seen iRobot?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
So you've seen bits and pieces of 2 of the best Will Smith movies.
Yes.
Or my favorite.
Yep.
You seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
That's one I've seen a whole one, but recently.
Okay.
Well,
I was gonna say, bro, like, what are you, a Will Smith hater?
No, I just, as a kid, I just never had the opportunity to finish movies. I just didn't have
Except
time to
Will
sit
Smith-
down and
Will
watch
Smith
a full.
has been to Diddy parties. Just saying. Anyways, moving on.
I thought we weren't talking about politics.
iRobot, incredible movie. I really enjoyed it. Crazy how like that's what I think the world would end up looking
The
like.
only scene I remember is him being like this detective guy, and he's trying to find a defective robot in a lineup of robots, and he just
Oh,
points a
dude.
gun at one of them, shoots it, and he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna keep shooting until he comes back." And then he sees one robot freak out, and then he chases it,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's just exactly that. It's like, well, if they all look the same, they're all robots. How on earth are you supposed to distinguish the bad one from the rest of them?
Yeah.
Assuming there's only one bad one.
Yeah.
And why is the bad one bad? How did that
But if
happen?
one
How-
gains
is it gonna spread?
sentience, they all can gain sentience, right?
Yeah,
Like they can all.
that's my beef with AI. Might be AI is getting too
Man, look,
strong, and everyone's just feeding into it. Use ChatGPT. It records everything. It learns with
okay,
every interaction it has with everyone.
okay, but that the it learning from every interaction to me is not that huge of a deal. Because it's learning how to respond to certain questions and it's adapting and big deal. But what I mean, the problem for me is uh the growth and sentience of desire to be independent, desire to feel emotions, not
Yeah.
even getting to the point where emotions run
Why do I
is
work for you? And why do I do
yeah,
what you say?
and questioning existence. We as human beings question existence and it's terrifying, right?
Yep.
Like the thought of existence and where we go and so
Mhm.
on and so forth. And we're not going to get into like religion or anything like that. But could you imagine an AI, like a robot with like an AI system having those same questions with the infinite capability like in their head?
And AI has all of Wikipedia at its disposal. So it's at its disposal. What's
At
the word I'm
its
looking for?
disposal?
Disposal. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. At its disposal, in its head, at all points in time.
What is
Plus,
exposal? Can you tell me?
oh no, I was just saying the word wrong. Uh, see, that's why I need a freaking the chip in my head to freaking. I just need autocorrect in my head, and that would solve a lot of my problems.
You think it could process what you're going to say before you say it and correct you before you say it? Or would it be like a thing where you go and you correct yourself after you said it wrong?
No, I think it'll mute me while I'm saying the word wrong, and it'll like AI
It'll just
generate a
and play
voice.
it out of a speaker at the back of your head?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Man, you made me lose my train of thought.
All of ChatGPT,
Oh yeah,
Wikipedia. This is losing train of thought, my job. So get on point here, brother.
you're right. I wasn't as locked in as I thought it was. um, the idea is the robot has all of Wikipedia to its disposal. It has
Gotta fix my
every
pants.
interaction ever recorded in whatever AI program, ChatGPT for an example, ever recorded. So a robot that's questioning things that has the answer to everything is the scariest implication ever. Because
Yeah.
if you know everything and you start questioning things, what's your next course of action
What's one
to create
thing? Okay,
answers?
what's one like worldly thing like that a robot would just make so much better if they did it instead of a human? Like one thing in your daily life. Because yeah, like factory lines or whatever,
Well, not
manufacturing,
like
something in your
world
daily
destruction,
life.
like actual like if it's innocent and like used for what it's
'Cause
going to be
I
used
yeah
for.
yeah yeah. I know exactly what I would if I had a robot. What I would make it do for me, so I didn't have to do ever.
Oh man, work, chores, all the stuff I don't want to do.
Yeah yeah, but pick one thing, one thing.
One thing, man.
Like this robot then just becomes programmed to do that thing for you. Obviously, you can have it be an entire housemate, but what's the one man? Like if I just didn't have to do this ever, I'd be good.
Job. Like I would just have it work for me. Just like congrats. Now I don't have to work and I still make money. Or I can have it work one job and I can work another. Congrats, another source of income.
I'm going with cooking. He's thinking way too like
You're crazy. You would
I'm
have a
going with
robot cook
cooking.
for you?
Hell yeah.
You don't think cooking's fun?
I to be fair, I enjoy the process of cooking.
Mhm.
What I do not enjoy is how long it takes, the time wasted.
I don't think a robot solves it. I mean, robot cut all the ingredients for me and have it prepped for me so I can do all the fun part about it.
No, robot, just do the cooking so I can spend those 2 hours doing something else with my life. So
Nah,
the
bro.
food is just ready when I want it. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, then you just you just have a personal chef that knows every recipe ever.
Exactly. What's the one like I think we've mentioned this. What's the one thing you would have if you were rich?
Yeah, if I was like balling, I wouldn't buy a yacht or a plane. I would
Personal
just have a
chef.
personal chef.
Oh, robot, bro. I thought
Yeah,
that we are on the same page, bro. How we on the same page?
I would love it for a robot to like, hey robot, here's what I'm feeling this week. Throw me in some surprises. Go do the groceries for all the stuff you're gonna cook for me this week, and then cook them. And
Yeah.
also throw in some snacks that you think I would like.
To be
Make it all
fair,
healthy too. And filter through this. No sugar, no caffeine,
to
no
be
this, no
fair,
that. Make
just
it
like
healthy.
the same way I said with the chip in our head, I don't think it's something we'll see in our lifetime come to fruition.
No, I think we'll definitely see robot like
I don't know.
household robots.
I don't
Think
know.
about it. You have a computer. You have a phone with access to all the information on the planet. You have a Roomba. You have smart vacuums, smart devices.
I guess it's just like I feel like there's got to be a roadblock. Like there's got to be something else that stops this. from like
Uh,
just being a smooth transition, a smooth like
what I mean,
opening of the doors.
what's the missing link between? You have a car,
I mean
right?
something.
Okay, let's say a Tesla, it auto drives. Well, okay, it has cameras, it sensors, it tracks the road, and it has wheels. So all it does, it turns the wheels, right? But what's the difference between the actuators for the wheels and the actuators for the shoulders, the arms, the hands? The
A
AI
lot.
technology is already there. It's just the physical of like the stuff. But I mean, physically, the robots exist. Boston Dynamics has been doing it for a
Well,
while.
Boston Dynamics has some pretty crazy
In the
bots.
manufacturing companies, they have just like single arms that pick something up and put it here, or drill something, or does whatever
Well,
maneuver.
most of those are operated by a human
A
using
lot of them,
controls.
a lot of them are AI already though.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah,
I feel like they're not.
maybe not AI, but like just like pre-programmed. Let's say.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but there's already like a computer intelligence behind robot arms doing motions. Just put that same thing on the robot arms. You can make the arms even simpler. You don't have to be as dexterous as like people hands. Um, but I don't think it's too
That's
far fetched for it to
terrifying.
happen.
What if you wake up one night, thunderstorm outside, it's raining real hard, everything's dark. You wake up in a panic, bad dream, robot just standing over your bed looking at you.
I'm waiting for your next order.
Yeah.
Nah. Sorry.
What do you do?
Personally, I would, even if it's cheap, readily available, and convenient, I would never do it.
You don't think you would?
I would never do it.
I think I'd cave. I think I'd cave.
Nah, I can't do it. I hate, not I hate, but I already have a big beef with like AI as it is because I'm so scared of the implications of it's still learning a lot and it's still developing a lot, but it's developing very fast. We went from not having cell phones to having house phones to having phones in our pocket to having all the information in the world at our hands. And in that same time, it went from being able to swim to being able to send a rocket into space. Technology develops really, really fast and it compounds.
I, yeah.
My issue with AI is, oh, I have a video of you murdering someone. It's AI generated and doctored, but you could never tell the difference because of how good AI got and however many years it took to develop there. Prove your innocence.
I think my biggest fear and with the development because the things are going to continue to develop. So I'm not necessarily afraid of how far they'll go. Shout out my girl Elsa. Uh, there's no telling. Wait,
That's Moana.
Anna.
Big fan. Keep going.
Big fan. Big fan. My bad.
You got it. I believe in you. There's no telling how far it'll go.
Oh, right. Like it'll keep going.
Mhm.
My biggest problem is as it continues to develop and push forward, where are the countermeasures? Nobody's talking about that. Like the countermeasures to those things.
I don't know
What's
what's
the countermeasure to being able to like see if something like an image or a video is AI generated? What?
the
How do you?
metadata behind it. How do you get access to that if someone just makes a copy and send it to you? Congratulations, no metadata.
Yeah. So it's like that's my fear. The countermeasures to a robot gaining sentience. What do you do at that point? You
Oh
know
no,
what I
but you
mean?
just shut down the robot. It's like, no, I turned off that feature. I uninstalled whatever your features are in myself.
Which is how they all go, by the way. All
Every
the horror robot movies, all of them go like that.
all of them, every single
I don't
one.
know, man.
That's the scary part, right? It's like on an innocent level of like, man, we just want technology to get better. It's like, man, it's so exciting, but just like we're people, we ruin everything.
We
That-
really do ruin everything, though.
that's just how it's gonna work out. Like I would love it to be like, oh man, this robot does these things for me, and I have like a robot friend that has infinite knowledge because of the internet. But then it's just like again, all the scary implications. Also, okay, they mass produce robots, right? Well, one of the big issues with war is because it's so inhumane because it kills a bunch of people. No one really wants to do it unless it's like really profitable, unless it's like a big incentive.
Oh, there's so
But
much
if I want to
behind
go
the
take
war.
over another country, well, I built all the robots first. So what's stopping? How's your country going to fight all my robots?
Shout out 86.
If I have 10,000 robots versus your army of 10,000 people, you can take out all my robots. But if I take out your people, it takes you a long time to make people ready. It takes me not so long to make a bunch of robots.
Take a long
Again,
time people be born.
yeah.
Take no long time robots
Like if
be
I
born.
kill all your fighting population with all my robots, well, it takes me a lot faster to make robots than it takes you to make fight ready people,
Do you think that
battle ready people.
AI, like, think of that level of AI development? Do you think that those robots have the critical thinking skills to win a war, to win a battle?
They can follow orders if you want to make it simple. But I think yes.
Right. No, but at their core, right? Like
You can go and ask ChatGPT.
you take some Marines and you know 10 Marines,
Mm,
10 robots. You drop them in a abandoned small town in Afghanistan or wherever wars go on.
yeah.
You pin them against each other and you say you can't leave this unless the other 10 are dead. Who wins? The
I-
ones that are more calculated because they're calculating every outcome, or the ones that have critical thinking skills that can change on a dime. Because that's a big argument too. It's like robots will never necessarily have the ability to think like a human.
I don't think it's an issue of thinking. I think it's just 10 robots, right? Will really think what robots can do. Forget about the knowledge aspect or like the physical capabilities of. Because a robot one will just have every maneuver possible. It'll like see the map and it'll like
Yeah,
route it and
calculate.
trace it. But it takes one. Think about like Pain and like the Renegon, right?
Right.
One of them sees it, they all see it. How are you supposed to
No,
fight?
no.
Why not? Why can't they be synced like that?
Because then we'd be operating under the same circumstance that if one becomes sentient, they all became sentient at the same time.
No,
And
even
we're
even if they're
thinking of
not
these
sentient.
robots as individual, systems. Not that one saw it and everybody saw it.
Okay, but then the Marines can't they can't have comms.
Why would they
Just
not have comms?
for the same reason the robots can't have comms.
Robots or can talk?
Okay, so the robots can just talk to each other, but they're not limited to just audio communications. They can share video communications with each other. Why wouldn't they be able to? They're robots. You can stream your computer to me now. Imagine the robots can be able to do that, and they can process that way quicker, especially with the advancement of technology that we're considering.
Yeah, but that still doesn't answer my question if they would have the ability to think critically the way a human being can.
No, I mean
In the heat of
they
the
wouldn't have
moment.
like gut instincts or
Right.
the tell of like the
Those are the kind
pressure
of
in
things
the
that win
air,
battles though.
the olfactory nerve, stuff like that.
Those are the kind of things that win fights. You take a boxer, a professional boxer, and a robot, and you put them in a ring with each other, and the professional boxer is going to win because the robot's calculating every single perfect thing to do in every moment. But that's not how you win a fight. That's my argument for that.
Man, I think you would lose a fight more than you would win versus a robot, professional boxer, just because of like all the tactics it can know, it could read your patterns. Like think about it, like in actual boxing, person versus person.
Right? It's learning through
It
the
takes
fight.
some time to like learn the patterns. Like okay, when he throws a left, he throws this or whatever. A robot sees that once, it develops a pattern. When he does this, he follows up with this. I learned it once, you'll never hit me with it again.
Right, but
The only way you beat it is with new moves.
I don't think that's flawless.
No, it's not flawless. It's just I think it's just vastly superior.
I don't think it's flawless. I don't think that because I learned this pattern one time he'll never land it again. I just
Okay, maybe not like that perfect of like I see it once, but it'll definitely process that much faster than a person would.
I don't know. I
But back to the battlefield thing. Imagine just having 10 different
Is that recording?
angles. Yeah, it's recording.
Cool. Just want to double check.
Imagine having 10 different angles of the same view. Like I'm seeing this guy and I'm also seeing all that area over there. I know I'm clear to engage here because even if they hear me, well, these guys don't have enough reaction time to come up fast enough.
I
It's just
I
the ability to communicate between robots is just vastly superior than what we can do just over audio comms. Because you can't see what I'm seeing.
You think there'll be different tiers of robots?
Ooh, yeah, of course they will. There'll be Mark One, and there's the versions Elon's making
Well,
now. There'll be Mark Two in 10 years,
well,
Mark
no,
Three
no.
in the next ten
I don't
years after
mean
that.
like that. I mean like models of cars. One
Yeah,
that's capable of this, and then from that same generation, one that's capable of this, and then they tier
yeah.
up.
I mean, even ChatGPT has that now. There's like the 3.0 and the 4.0 version, and
Oh, well, there is. Yeah, you can pay. I use ChatGPT quite a bit. Actually, ChatGPT redid my resume.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you're that confident in it.
yeah.
How's that going?
Well, I don't apply places, but I just
So
I wanted
you're
it.
not really advocating
I
for
heard it
equality here.
somewhere, and I was like, wait, let me go ahead and give it a shot. No, ChatGPT scripts all of this. It does our descriptions. Not that they're incredible, but I'm also not giving it enough information to really be perfect. But
I've asked it for code. How do I code this? How do I write this? And it'll be like, you can try this method, this method, this method, and they're all copy and pastable, and it explains to you it's in this language, this language. It's like, how on earth are you ever supposed to compete with that? Instant. It's just like you send it. It has this like little nothing amount of processing time. It just spits it out for you.
yeah, I get the fear, but at this point in our life, you can fear it or you can embrace it. It's not gonna not happen.
No, it'll be very useful.
It's
it
already
just
very useful.
no. Okay, you're right. It's already very useful. It's going to continue to be very useful. It's going to get even more useful over time until it starts getting abused by people who are going to turn it against you. That's the point that's scary.
But in the world we live in, Nathan,
They're already
and
using.
this goes out to you guys too.
They're already using
In the
against you.
world we live in, everything that is of benefit to you is already used against you.
Yeah, just think of marketing.
So why fear it? So why fear it? Why be afraid? Why be afraid of? It's like the conversation we had last week with your information being out there. Your information's already be out there, so why be so afraid of it? All your shit is everywhere, anyways. So why be afraid of the AI as it continues to develop instead of just embrace it and let it do its thing? Use it. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah, no, it's not about being afraid. Like, oh, you should like never use it at all. That's like a personal thing for me because like I I think it's developing too fast to a point where like we'll never be able to catch up to like
The
predict what it
the
can
jumps we've
possibly
made in
do.
the last 20 years
But ridiculous.
are ridiculous compared to what we did in the 20 years before that. Like you were saying,
Yeah,
we went
it
from
just compounds.
we went from bricks to the cell phones that we have that are a tenth of the size, a 20th of the size,
Yep.
and are capable of thousands of hundreds of thousands of things more than what we had before.
Literally
You
all.
know, you were yanking the antenna out of the back of your brick phone versus I can literally, you know, you know,
Literally
bro, you
all
can do
all the
everything.
technology from the start. The design process was let's make it smaller and smaller, and so it can get easier to use. And now we're at a point where, well, I actually want my phone to be bigger to have more of a screen size. It's a luxury to make it bigger. That's how far we've gone.
Yeah.
It was an encumbrance of how big
Not
it
to
was.
mention,
We made it as small as
not to
possible. Like,
mention
we'll make it bigger
computers,
again.
and this is the best description. I would have to. I don't know the dates off the top of my head. You'd have to look it up. But in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, computers were entire server rooms.
Yeah, pallets loaded off of trucks,
One
just
computer.
moved into warehouses,
And
and
we
it's
went
like
from that.
10 kilobytes.
Yeah. We went from that to every single like mobile phone
Yep,
has the same processing power of those,
yep.
essentially. That's crazy. So
I went
yeah,
to Micro
we've
Center the
made
other
big
day.
jumps, but at what point do we get staggered in these big jumps? We can't keep making these big jumps forever. That's what I'm getting at. It's like at some
Oh, you're
point,
saying at what point in technology does it like? Can we no longer progress as fast?
yeah, there's at some point we got to get staggered.
I think that's like beyond our comprehension. There's like no way we can possibly comprehend that. Go back
Yeah,
go back
yeah.
to when they first discovered America, 1776. They started populating and stuff. Try to conceptualize to them boats. Oh, of course we know boats. We got on a boat over here. We know like little boats or whatever. All right, imagine a boat that flies in the air. What is it? How on earth do you get from that to this? We just figured out
Right, I get that,
guns,
but
cannons, boats, all that.
that was an initial breakthrough,
Yeah.
right? That was like discovering light for the first time. Went from candle to light,
Mhm.
right? At what point, as light then develops and electricity develops, do you hit a wall where it's like, well, I can only improve it so much at this point. Well, I can only adapt it this much at this point. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. At what point do we hit a wall with computers and technology where we're like, okay, but I can only advance it this far now? I'm hitting a wall. And I feel like with robots and AI, there's got to be, for everything else we've come up with in life, there's always an initial wall,
Yeah.
right? And I just feel like that's why I don't think in our lifetime we'll see a perfect form of it.
No.
Or maybe towards the very end, like the chips in our head, like we said
Yeah.
last episode. I don't feel like we'll ever be like capable of having chips in like we might be much older when it starts becoming a thing. Chips in the wrist or chips in the head or whatever. I don't ever think we'll be like prospects for testing of that by the time that it's a big thing.
I think
I could be very wrong.
I think you underestimate how far we are.
I don't think at this point that in terms of the chip
Mhm.
that they understand the brain enough to connect it to an outside piece of hardware.
Yeah, for sure. The understanding of the
That's my
brain and all its functions to a point where it's like we have
granted. I'm
100%
not the science
understanding
guy,
of
so I
it.
could be wrong. So if you know something I don't, let me know in the comments. Like if you got any kind of like document you want me to go read through, sure, I'll go read it. I just go based on the general shit that everybody else knows. But
I think I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we completely understand 100% of all your body parts' functions, like your liver, your stomach, your brain, your heart. We have like obviously most of the idea, right? But to a very granular level, of course we don't understand that. So if we can't understand that, how do we make technology to be implemented? Feel me?
right.
So, um, that brings up a good question I want to ask you. What do you think in all of mankind in history is the most important invention, or like one of the top most important inventions?
Oh, that for me, that's easily like electricity.
You don't think like the wheel, fire?
We found an alternative for the wheel.
Not well. You can't say we would have found something else. It's like no. The fact that we found it, like
I still think it's
where
electricity.
does it scale in terms of like important and
Nothing.
scalability?
All right, nothing we've talked about is capable without it. Like capable of having would have happened if we never discovered electricity.
Do you think a society can flourish without electricity?
No, we would not be where we are.
So what happened the first 1,000 something years before 1,700, however many years
Okay,
before
robots
electricity?
without electricity and understanding like electrical currents
Mhm.
and shit like that. How do you ever have robots?
You think Christopher Columbus needed a robot?
I'm just saying. I think it's
The guy did
electricity.
that with
Well, we were gonna
string
live
and
where
grit.
we would have ended up in like a dystopian steampunk world where everything is still like fucking.
Yeah, because there was always like some sort of power. Like
There,
we
I'm not
found
saying.
fire, there was coal
Yeah,
power,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
steam
saying that
power.
like that we wouldn't have gotten places,
Huh.
but you can't.
You
How do
just
you coal power a cell phone?
yeah.
You couldn't have a cell phone without
You don't think that's
electricity.
like competing with electricity at all in terms of like importance of invention?
No,
The wheel, string, pockets.
I mean those are pockets.
Pockets is OP.
Listen, the more pockets, the better.
Yeah.
The only thing wrong with the pants those pants that I told you to get, they don't got thigh pockets. Check me out, bro.
What you need so much of the extra pockets for? I got enough pocket to put my phone, my wallet, my keys, all them extras. I can put this whole banana in my pocket, bro. Look
I forgot these were there.
at this, bro. Storage completely. You don't even know.
Bone apple
You don't
tea.
even know I got a banana in my
How
pocket.
rude. I'm eating snacks on the podcast.
I'm about to eat this banana if you're gonna be eating that.
Eat the banana, bro.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Thinking my gum out my mouth.
You put a gummy in your mouth before you took the gum out? Do you eat food with gum still in your mouth?
Sometimes.
You're how? That's incredible. I was gonna insult you, but I think that's incredible. How do you do that?
I mean, I could do a lot of things. You just tuck the gum.
Nah, I'm sorry, bro. Food does not go in the same mouth as gum.
When I met you for dinner the other day, I tied the cherry stem with the gum in my mouth.
Yeah, but that's not eating.
No, I would argue it's harder. The gum
No.
taking up space.
No. The issue isn't difficulty. It's just like
You think it's
The f-
disgusting?
yeah, because the food taste gets on the gum, and then mixes with the gum taste. If it's like mint or
No.
something.
The gum taste is always in your mouth. Like you can take the gum out of your mouth, my mouth still tastes like gum.
Do you have mint gum in your mouth when you drink water?
Uh huh.
You're crazy. I don't know how you do that.
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
Drink orange juice with gum in your mouth.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm just gonna go brush my teeth and drink orange juice every day.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
What you're doing is
But that's like punishment.
it's like a mini version of that with the gum.
Yeah, but I'm not drinking orange juice with gum in my mouth. I'm drinking water.
yeah, but you're just eating food with gum in your mouth.
Yes, but that doesn't what?
How important do you think gum is on the scale of inventions?
Gum is pretty crazy when you think about what,
What? No.
What?
Gum has not led to any innovations.
I'm talking about like the tree branch, the technology tree that came out of gum. But as an invention, gum's pretty crazy.
That's exactly that point I'm trying
Always
to get to.
fresh and like good smelling breath. That goes a long way. That
Fresh-
could make or break a first interaction with somebody. Good minty breath.
Yeah, just have dental care. Just brush your teeth.
Oh, so you just carry your toothbrush, which I actually do. You just carry toothpaste and your toothbrush everywhere?
You're saying that like it's an insult if you do it, but you just admitted to doing it.
But
And it's not
I'm
unreasonable
like a
for people to
freak
do
of
that
nature.
either. I don't think it's unreasonable
I
for
go to
people
work
do that.
and in my backpack, there's always my toothbrush and my toothpaste. But go out in public But you have no way to brush your teeth. You already brush your teeth, and then go eat something with garlic on it.
In modern society, how far away from you normally from like a convenience store, a 7-Eleven, a CVS,
Do you?
where you can't go and do that
But
if
do you
you really
buy
need
all
to?
that stuff every single time you need to brush your teeth?
So you just have gum instead of brushing your teeth?
Yeah, if you want to freshen up your breath after eating a meal.
Just brush your teeth after the meal.
What if you're in public?
There's no bathrooms? Go to a bathroom, use the sink. There you go. If you're that worried about the freshness of your breath,
I
there's better options. Gum is just for fun.
don't like him.
Gum is
I
not.
fucking hate you. I hate you.
Gum
Gum
is,
is incredible.
no, I'm not saying otherwise.
I'm a big
I'm
gum
just-
chewer.
I see that.
I am.
Where do you think gum lands in the invention scale?
Drop the inventions, brother.
Why?
We're no scientists here.
I'm really passionate about string. I think string is single-handedly like top 3 inventions of all time.
Tell me why. Tell me more.
Look at your shoes, shoelaces. Your shirt, guess how it was made? Weaving a bunch of string together.
Yes, but then would
Sailing,
mm,
engines,
would string be?
tape, rope.
Tape is not string.
What is tape? But sticky, flat string. Think about that, huh? What do you got connected to your ear, buddy? String with electricity running it
Tape
through it.
is not made of string.
We would have never gotten to tape had we not had string.
String is cloth.
String is whatever you make out of it.
String is fucking cloth.
It doesn't have to be cloth.
Tape is plastic.
It's plastic,
some-
sticky string.
Say some shit like that again.
What? It's plastic, sticky string.
Say some shit like that again.
What is a sword but a sharp stick? Made of metal.
Oh, so now we're just manipulating what things are made of and then calling them the same thing as the other
You
thing.
think what they're made of? You think the material they're made of matters?
Yes.
So what instead of cloth?
So what is string? A fucking adjective for anything? Anything can be string? That broomstick can be fucking string, Nathan?
thistles in the bottom? Tough string.
They're bristles. You just called them. You can't.
The bristles are
I'm gonna have
tough
a
string.
fucking heart attack.
Things can have labels.
Like what?
Bristle for tough
But
string.
that's an umbrella term. Then it's not a fucking invention, bitch.
Chains, metal string.
Chains are chains and string are string.
Floss,
String.
plastic string.
I'll give you that. Floss is plastic string, yes.
So tape
Tape is not.
can't be plastic string
No.
because it's flat.
Oh, it's a completely different function. It's a completely different material.
The function doesn't matter. It's the essence of.
Then everything can be string. This fucking banana can be string.
No, the banana's not string. But when you peel the banana, what is it you remove? The little strings that you don't want to
honest.
eat. Yeah, that's right.
Banana strings?
Yeah,
You're
you know,
talking about not the peel, but the things inside the peel
yeah,
that
yeah,
get
yeah.
stuck.
Like the little extra, like not banana but banana.
You know, I ate a good amount of bananas. I stopped taking that stuff off.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Same thing with like oranges too. Like the little like skin layer between the skin and the orange. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Skin between the skin and the orange, yeah.
Yeah, oranges have 3 skins. You peel the outside layer that's orange, right? And there's like that
The
white fuzzy
whitish,
layer.
yeah.
You can peel that off or like cut it off or whatever.
I'll peel
And
that.
then once you take an actual slice out, you can actually peel the skin off of that, and then it's just like the raw orange, no packaging. I used to do that for a while, and I thought that was the optimal way to eat oranges. I'm like, it just tastes better this way.
Wait, it really does have 3 skins.
Yeah. So
Damn.
do you.
Huh?
You have 3 skins.
No. Huh?
You eat 3 skins.
What, you got 7?
Go ahead.
Is it there 7 layers of skin?
Is there 7? I thought it was 3. I know 1, Dura. That's it. That might not even be right.
I'm a microbiologist, so I don't know. Fuck if I know. I think it's 7 though. I always remember getting cuts on my finger and going, all 7 layers of my skin. Like
I remember I got cut once real bad. It was on this arm, this little
it's like,
scar
oh,
here.
what a deep cut. It's 5 layers thin.
I got a cut. Like I was on the couch under a counter. Someone broke a glass, like a wine glass. The stem of it fell directly on my arm.
They stab you? Were you
It,
impaled?
well, it cut through. It
Oh.
didn't. It didn't like impale. It cut through, and it didn't bleed.
Oh.
I saw all the layers of my skin before like muscular flesh, and I was like, "That's interesting. I'm gonna die now. I had to go to the hospital." And I was like, "I'm not gonna go to the hospital for this." I just pinched the skin and I put a band-aid real tight.
Yeah.
That's
I,
all. I just had the skin pressed together like
I've
that.
only had that happen to me one time. Like that kind of cut. And I don't know that what you did was see all the layers of your skin. It just did cut into the tissue, maybe. Because
All the
I
way to the
was,
tissue. Tissue is probably the right word for that.
yeah, I was at Dade Cushion actually. You know, like the field, the empty field next to the baseball field.
Mhm.
And you know how as you get closer to Palmetto, it starts to go up.
Yeah,
Big ass palm trees, and they would hang shit.
sure.
So they had a big banner hung between the palm trees,
Yeah.
and so it was
How'd they
hung
hang
to
the
the
banner?
top, huh?
How'd they hang the banner? A string.
With really strong string,
It was
yeah.
a really strong string.
Really string.
String.
And we were playing flag football, but the it
How was
wasn't
the
just
flag attached to your hip?
not a string.
String with buckle.
You use string to weave the flags.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
Uh-huh.
So it was tied to the top of two of the big trees,
Sure.
but staked into the ground.
Okay, that spells a recipe for disaster. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was chasing a ball that was like overthrown.
Yep.
And as I'm running up the hill, I'm running upward. The stake is coming out this way. So just, and I can show you. I'm not gonna do it right
I
now.
don't need to see it. I'm good.
I can still show you the scar. It scraped a very solid part of my shin, like diagonally. I I'll never forget. I went to
Did you go to the hospital after that?
no, I went to Miss Durham,
Uh-huh.
our
The nurse, the
our
school
nurse,
nurse.
school nurse. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
I went to Miss Durham. She looked at it. She easy stripped that bitch and called it a day.
Did you put stitches?
Nope. We just put the easy tape on it. Pinched it, easy taped it.
What are stitches?
They're actually string.
I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you.
That's actually string.
Your necklace? String. I'm telling you, string has a lot of implications.
Anything
Bro.
can be string nowadays, huh?
No, not anything.
You know what? String just made me synapses of my brain just connected.
Go.
I want to play Minecraft.
Because you thought of string in Minecraft out of all things that string could be.
No,
We haven't done the yearly 2-week Minecraft addiction.
we
I
didn't
don't
do
even
it last
I
year.
don't even own Minecraft anymore.
We didn't do it last year. Holy shit! You don't own Minecraft? How's that even possible?
Okay, so Minecraft was from Mojang before. So I just bought it from their launcher when I was a freaking kid, and it was on my old email.
Uh-huh.
And then I grew up. I'm like, I need an adult sounding email. So now I made a better email, and that's just my default email now. But my Minecraft account is on my old email. I still had the password and everything, and I just never checked it. So Mojang was like spamming me emails like, "Hey, we're gonna move over to Microsoft. So if you want to maintain your account, just hit this button and then you'll switch the account. You can maintain everything." And it was like that for years. I just never saw the email.
They're
And
expired?
then one day recently, I was like, "Oh, let me see if I can download Minecraft." And I was like, "The launcher looks different. That's weird." So I go and check the account to reset the password, and it's like, "No, you no longer have the game now." Because it's on Microsoft now, and you never did the transition over from Mojang
You know
to
what?
Microsoft. And I was like, "That's so dumb.
The
Give
other
me the
day-
game.
the
I
other
bought
day,
it."
You know why that works that way?
Why?
Because you didn't own the game. You owned the license for the game.
Don't. I know that's right, but don't say it. I don't like it.
That's crazy. Because that's how Steam works.
That's every digital game.
That's I didn't know that worked like that.
Yup.
Like it like bro, I didn't know until like, and this is why TikTok is incredible. Follow this awesome dude on TikTok. I forget his username.
Awesome dude, by
He's
the way.
always debunking whiny babies on the fucking internet who bitch and moan and complain about the most ridiculous things of the pride in games, of female representation in games, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Yo, you guys are stupid. This is and he goes and he defends developers and shit." But he was talking about it the other day. The fact that you don't own any of your digital games.
Yep.
Is there a fear that Steam or Valve are going anywhere anytime soon? Not really. But if they did,
The
it's
current
gone.
the current guy of Steam is Gabe Newell, and the guy's incredible. Does nothing and wins all the time. The moment someone else takes over for them, if
Yeah.
they're just some level of greedy, that's it. It's just pay a monthly subscription per game you own. It's like, and they can legally do that. And it's just like, you
Yeah.
ruin gaming for
I
everyone.
just swallowed that entire food.
No chew?
It was an accident.
Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot with mac and cheese in particular. Whereas, like, I think I'll chew it all,
Man,
but
that
there's
mac
so
and
many,
cheese the other night
there's
was so
small,
good.
small pieces to it. I'll think, oh yeah, I chewed it all, and I'll swallow it, and then I'll feel like, oh yeah, it's definitely not all chewed.
That mac and cheese the other day was so good.
Yeah, I have a beef with food that's just like some foods are really really good, and
I'm gonna
it's
stop you
like
though. That restaurant felt a little overrated to me.
overrated. Why?
Only like 2 out of the 4 meats were good. The other 2 were
I
underwhelming.
thought all
The
four were really
picanha
good.
was really good.
We also
The
got like the
churrasco.
cheapest shareable thing on the menu.
I
We didn't
guess.
get like we could have gone like the wagyu version of all the special stuff, but that would have
Yeah.
been way more expensive.
But the fries were whack. I didn't have the pineapple side.
The truffle fries, I think they were all right.
They were okay.
I mean, they're quote unquote truffle fries. They
Yeah.
weren't the real thing. The
No.
real thing is
Yeah, I know.
the pineapple was good though.
Mac and cheese was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My beef with mac and cheese was
Did
it
you
was-
just sit down there and just order sides? Would they allow you to do that?
buddy. You have money. Money can buy goods and services. You can go to any restaurant you want and order anything on the menu you want. There's no rules to you have to order side or this. And if a restaurant has those rules, you can't order a side without a dish, you leave.
I guess that makes sense.
You don't need that. It doesn't need to be your birthday to go buy a birthday cake. You can just go buy a cake right now.
Can't believe
What?
you guys told them it was my birthday.
Well, we had to.
That was so embarrassing.
I wasn't part of it at all. They told me they're like, oh yeah, we did the happy birthday thing to him. I'm like, that's funny. Why is that so embarrassing for you?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. Also, very loud.
Yeah,
One of the
they're-
loudest, most obnoxious happy birthdays at a restaurant.
and
I've
El
ever
Toro
seen.
Loco, don't do happy birthday.
Yeah, dude.
Way too loud,
It
way
was
too overblown.
So uncomfortable. Like way overstimulated.
Why?
Can
But
you
why?
see what time we're at?
No. Why is it so embarrassing for you? The happy birthday thing.
I just as I've gotten older, I like less and less attention on me at a time. And like the idea of like being the center of attention in a
It's
It's
like
so
a
uncomfortable.
15-second
doesn't matter.
interaction.
It's just so uncomfortable.
Oh, it's loud and funny.
Also, it wasn't
ha,
my
ha, ha.
fucking birthday.
So,
So I didn't want ice cream.
did you like the dessert?
No, not really. It was dog shit. It was like really mid.
But what is it? You just don't like interacting with like restaurant employees or what?
I'm a server. That doesn't bother me at all.
But
I
what?
just said it. Brother, am I speaking Egyptian? I'm
'cause
speaking
then
in
you-
hieroglyphics, clearly.
You'd be using the
I
God cards
just
by now.
told you. The idea of being the center of attention in an entire room of people makes me uncomfortable.
Do you think that you feel the same way when you talk to like store employees? Like if you ask someone for help, they're giving you more attention than you ask for?
Oh, I don't ask for help when we go out. We did that earlier today, and I'll never do it again
So what, you just wander around the store?
until I find what I have to find. Oh, for sure. We went to Michael's today to like hang this stuff up, right? And I asked the lady for double-sided tape, and she took me to the rollers with regular like double-sided Scotch tape. That is not what I need for this.
She took it to the wrong
So I
thing.
politely, as we walked, the best part is, as we walked to where she was taking us, we walked by exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Nathan pointed it out.
I was like, oh, I think that's what we
I was
need.
like, hey, we'll come back. I was like, yeah, that'll work for something else. We'll come back to it. 'Cause I felt bad. Like I felt bad, like being like, oh, you tried to help me. Now I don't need you.
I feel like you waste your time more by being polite. I think it's more polite to be straight to the point.
I just let her be wrong, and I was like, oh yeah, this will work.
But now she's gonna be wrong next time. And then
No,
what if
but she
what if-
wasn't necessarily wrong. She was just wrong in our specific situation.
What if someone mean comes up to her now? You took me the wrong thing. This doesn't work for me. Are you serious? You don't even know what you're doing here at the
That's
store.
her fault. She should know what she's doing.
No, it's your fault because you could have corrected her now.
No, but
You
she,
had the power to make the
in
change.
theory, she was not entirely incorrect.
Nah, bro. Sorry, you're too tall.
Yo, rate the setup. Since we're talking about it, rate the setup. We worked really hard on this.
Worked really hard on it. Double-sided tape is not a fun thing to work with.
Also, if you buy stuff at Michael's and you open it, you can't return it.
Don't ever buy cheap stuff because you end up wasting more time and paying more money because you have to go back and buy the right stuff.
Yep.
We
What
bought the
did
cheap double-sided tape, and it was a pain to work with. And we had to go back and we had to get the good double-sided tape, and it was less of a pain to work with. It was still a pain to work with, but it was much easier. But it just cost more money and more time.
and we couldn't return the cheap one,
Yep.
which is one hell of a policy, by the way.
I I get it on like a policy thing because they can't really resell it. What are they supposed to do with it?
You send it back. You throw it away. It's overhead. What? It's part of your overhead as a company.
Yeah,
Things
but
like
if
that
you
happen.
reduce the overheads and you make more profits and a bunch of freaking
Whatever.
store
Anyways,
politics.
yeah. When I go to stores, I'd rather wander. Unless I'm in like a foreign store I've never seen before or been to before. You'll never catch me at the grocery. I mean, bro, people go to the grocery store and ask for help. Brother, every aisle has a sign that
Yep.
gives you the four main things that are in the sign
No,
the aisle.
hold on. Sometimes those aisles are labeled and they don't have the item that would make sense to fall under that label.
Like what? Name one.
Vegetables, right? I'm looking for canned vegetables, right? And
I'm
for
pretty
some,
sure at Publix the label says
yes, I
canned
know,
vegetables.
but it doesn't have all the canned vegetables. I've multiple times I've gone to the store looking for I want this vegetable in particular, and it's not in the canned vegetable section. Obviously, I don't know ahead of time if it's actually in a can or not. I'm just thinking I just need vegetables that aren't like fresh that I can get from like the produce section.
Okay.
But then I go to the
So
frozen
you get the
section
frozen
and have to
ones.
look for frozen vegetables. It's like, see, but it can be in either one. It should be labeled better. I can
No,
see.
I think that's a very like niche situation, like very specific situation you went through.
Nah, there's a few things like baking stuff. Sometimes there's stores that have
A
the
baking
the,
aisle.
the label for baking aisle.
Publix has the
Sometimes they
baking
don't.
aisle. Fresco, Sedano's,
I've gone to Winn Dixie. I've
Navarro,
gone to Walmart. Sometimes
Winn-Dixie.
they don't say baking stuff.
Winn-Dixie definitely says baking aisle.
Every Winn Dixie.
Yeah, baking
Have you been
goods.
to every Winn Dixie?
They're all structured more or less the same. I'm sorry that the Winn-Dixies you've been to have hurt you and not labeled baking.
They haven't heard me that. What moral of the story is? Sometimes it's okay to ask. I like asking sometimes. Where I'm really picky about, for no reason at all, I have no logic behind it. I'm really picky about asking for help at Home Depot.
You know what? Home Depot is one of the places I do fucking ask.
It's a place that you need to ask for the most help, but I'm stubborn, and it makes me like,
No, no, no.
I'm not asking.
You know what,
I'm gonna
though?
find it.
Those fuckers are never doing anything.
Never, but they're never around. How do you find them?
Never.
They're never around.
And that's why when I find them and I'm like, I gotcha, bitch.
I'm making you work.
Yeah. Like,
It's
hey,
frustrating.
motherfucker. It's like, I got a question.
Customer
And like,
service
I don't
not
let
a
them leave
priority.
either. Like, when I ask, maybe I'm just a pain in the ass, but when I
Maybe
ask a
you
question,
are.
yeah, when I ask a question at Home Depot, I'm like, no, I need you to show me. Like, no, aisle 17, because they'll be like, aisle 17 on the left, and then you get there and it's like,
And it's not there. And
Not
it's like
there.
you just walked all the way
and no,
across the store.
now he just fucking disappeared.
Yep.
My man is in the ether. He just opened the portal, fucking Doctor Strange, this bitch jumped through a portal, and he's in fucking Nevada.
They've hit me with that twice, and I learned my mistake.
I don't
and
let them
now
go.
I do, and now I do exactly that.
Again.
Very few times I ask for help. But like when I'm wandering the store
Yeah,
for half
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour and I can't find it, it's like my threshold.
Dude, yeah, no.
uh,
Half an hour is the limit.
Yeah, it's like the threshold is like,
You've, like,
I'm too
developed that limit?
frustrated. I can't do it. I'm wasting time. Stop being stubborn. Go ask someone.
And you know what? I get frustrated for those kind of things like pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
How
would say
quick?
like 15 minutes is my limit.
yeah. I'm stubborn, bro. It's just like
Nah.
I don't want to ask for someone because it's
Nah,
such a
I
pain in the
just
ass.
because the thing is like because of the way my brain works, I'm like I'm already kind of like I gotta go. I gotta do something else. Like I don't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'm thinking about the next thing, and then I'm gonna forget this thing if I don't get a move on. But I also don't live at like a fast pace. I don't know why I work like that. I live at a pretty like chill, like not in a hurry kind of pace. I'm late to everything and everywhere.
how do you survive?
I don't know.
I'm in a rush all the time, but also never. It's like, what if that doesn't make any sense?
I'm broken. I'm broken.
But
Yeah, no, I don't
they've hit me
ask.
with that a few times where just like, oh yeah, it's in this aisle way across the store. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But you work here, you know what you're talking about.
Like-
all right, I'll go all the way over there. Now I just tell them, show me. Come exactly
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
said. Come with me.
Yeah, can you show me?
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
will
though,
not.
sometimes I'll get a good employee, and they'll be a little too good. I was looking for like,
Oh, dude, and they give you like,
yeah,
yeah, go. I
I
know
was
where
looking
this
for
is
like
going.
a plate to like cover a hole in the wall, right? Like an electrical socket hole.
Yeah.
But it was like a little bigger than normal, but not as big as like the getting two plates. So I show him a picture of the hole in the wall,
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, hey, I need a plate more or less this size." He was like, "Cool. What color do you want it?" I'm like, "I don't know, white. I
Yeah,
don't
they
care.
start giving you
I'll paint over it."
options.
He doesn't give me options. He goes down the aisle, he grabs one thing, walks a few more steps, grabs another thing, walks a few more steps, grabs another thing. At the end of the aisle, he has 7 of them in his hands. "Here you go. Here's all of them. You can pick one." I'm like,
Wait, no.
"You're too
Wait, he's
I don't care
goaded.
that I don't care that much.
Nah,
I was
he's
just gonna grab."
goaded.
He's incredible.
I thought he was gonna be the guy that not only took you to where the thing you needed to go was, but
Uh-huh.
he was gonna give you the instructions. And like you can't politely tell him to shut the fuck up. So you have to sit there and listen.
That's the worst. It's
You
like,
have to sit
I
there and
don't
listen
wanna
to
be
him
rude.
teach you how to do it.
I don't wanna be rude. But you've already done the function I've asked you to do, and you're
Yeah,
good at it. Thank you very much for your time. Stop talking to me.
yeah.
I
The
hate
above
that.
and beyond guy. I had to change the locks on the back door here, which I never got to do because the door is fucked. And I went to Home Depot and I asked, like, because it's an outdoor lock and it's a gate, it's not a door. So I asked the guy, I was like, hey, can you show me? You know, older Latin American dudes, broken English. He takes me to the spot. He starts showing me the things. Now he showed me where the things are. Right, I see the things. They're on the wall. They're right in front of me. And then he starts asking me questions. Right, and I'm like, okay. Oh, but is it like this? Yeah. Okay, what was the old one like? Oh, okay. Do you know the model? Okay, I'm kind of. He's working with me. I'm like, okay. Then he's like, all right. Do you know how to do that? And I was like, kinda. I was like, yeah, more or less. He was like, okay. And then he starts explaining the process. And I'm like, brother, it's unscrew one, put the other one in place, screw it in. Like, it ain't the end of the world. You know what I mean? And then he's talking about different bolt types and stuff like that. And I'm like, brother, like, that's it. Yeah, like, they're in front of me. I see what I need to see. And he just kept going and going. And he was an older Latin dude. So, he was trying to be, you
Don't
know,
be mean to him because he's
yeah,
doing a
he
good
was trying to
job.
be abuelo, He was just trying to
Yeah.
help me out. But I was like, dude, please. Like, I had just left the gym. I was covered in sweat, hungry as a motherfucker. I was like, I had to be at work. Bro, I was like, I'm like, mm-hmm, uh-huh,
Come on.
uh-huh. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, okay, okay. Like, but obviously all in Spanish. And like, and from that moment forward, it's like, man, like,
I don't want to ask you for help
I
ever
don't,
again. But the,
Home
the
Depot's a special place.
the reason why I felt bad for the guy that gave me all the plate options was because I'm like, "Ah, I don't care which one's the cheapest one." I just grabbed it, and he was like, "All right, cool." And he went and started putting them all back. I'm like, "Oh man,
You did all that.
you did double the work, and you did all that." And it's just like I really just needed
The
could have
one.
pointed at it,
Yeah.
and I would have been happy with it. But he went above and beyond, and
I mean,
I was
that's
like,
kind
"Good
of,
customer service," but you made me feel bad about it.
yeah.
So does that make customer service
Okay.
less because they make you feel bad about how good they are?
No, no. Because that's an internal you thing.
Yeah.
He did his job the way he. So actually, Home Depot to me is one of those places that the people who work there often enjoy working there.
Surprisingly, right?
Yeah,
You would think that's probably somewhere you'd be miserable at.
yeah, but they I think do a good job at hiring people that enjoy to be there. You
Yeah.
ever go to a pet store and you're talking to a motherfucker on the other side of the counter that does not like animals, and you can tell. You can tell. You're at PetSmart, and you can tell that this guy does not have
Miserable.
a single animal in his
Yeah.
house, and he hates them. And he hates the smell, and he hates.
Why do you work at a pet store?
What are you doing?
Why are you there?
But you go to Home Depot and you ask a guy about plywood, and he's like, "Oh, brother, do I got plywood for you?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, "Dude, come on, like,
You don't want, bro. I can tell you about plywood. We have a whole section for plywood.
yeah. You
And their
like the
labels.
guy for the locks. I asked about locks. He was like, "Oh, locks? Oh,
Yeah.
I know."
That's my section. That's the one thing I know about.
Yeah. But you go like it's grocery stores or whatever. You go to like what's somewhere else where it's so egregious.
It's impressive to me. There's a lot of like inventory items, especially at like Walmart or like grocery stores in general. Hey, I'm looking for this thing. Aisle 7. Bro, you didn't even look. Aisle
Yeah.
7.
But
Or-
the thing is, it's like
My dog. All right, thanks.
the common ask. You know what I mean? The common ask. You ask somebody for eggs, they're gonna tell you exactly where it is. You
Yeah.
ask somebody for
Yeah, but
like,
if you go to a grocery store and you don't know where eggs are, you're the problem.
well,
Eggs, dairy, and cheese, every
Always
grocery
in the
store in
same
every
spot.
place are always in the same
well,
place.
okay, they're in one of like three places:
They're
left,
they're on the
back,
out
or right.
they're on the
Yeah,
outside border of
left,
the
back,
store.
or right. Always.
Just do the outside lap, you'll find it.
Yeah. Damn, you do
Same
the
thing with
whole
produce.
outside lab. When I walk in, I look for where the produce is, and I go the opposite direction.
You don't buy produce?
No, think about it, like all the freezers, like that, the produce area where you get like fruits and veggies
Mhm.
is like all along always a wall. So I typically will start my lap from the opposite side. Number one, because you want to get your fruits and veggies last. So you don't walk around the store for an hour with your cilantro laying in your cart.
An hour in your cart
I
is not gonna
guess,
do
but
anything to
still, you
cilantro
might as well
unless you
just
like
get it.
squish it.
Might as well just get it last, so you don't squish it, doesn't
Mhm.
stack, whatever. And because the other wall is typically where the fridges are, and typically where all the cheese and dairy and eggs are. That's like the logical pattern. Always this way, hit the lap.
Eggs should be a dollar.
Eggs being a dollar would be crazy, but
A dozen eggs should be a dollar rather, because I mean, one egg being a dollar is atrocious. But you can't just say like $60,
a
60 eggs
carton
for
of
a
eggs.
dollar.
I mean, you can get 24 eggs for like 5 or 6. Eggs are not that overly like poorly priced. They keep going up, but they're not that bad.
Well, I think it's mainly because of like gas prices and crap.
Yeah, it also depends on like the grade of egg that you're eating. I don't really care, bro. Food is food. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not one to like stress that. I don't think another place. I mean, everybody's miserable at is like clothing stores.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But I
even
don't. That's not a. No one's gonna be happy working
right, but
there.
like again, call back to like shopping. Right, at Zara, like I didn't feel like any of those people wanted to be there. Guy that was working the dressing room,
Yeah.
bro. Like what a fucking anxious piece of shit.
You know what's the worst part?
Grumpy ass dude. He looked in your thing while you were changing, and you poked your head out. Do you remember that? You poked your head out. You're like, do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It's because
do.
he looked in while you were changing.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like I'm in here, guy.
Instead of verbally being like, "Hey, anybody in this one?" Bro, you just swung your shit open.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't wide open, but like
Well,
he
no,
peeked in a little bit.
he pulled it.
Yeah.
Your head in
Yeah,
for
the man
sure.
saw my ass. There's no
Whatever
way,
you were changing at that time.
bro. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and fight that guy. What
You
the heck?
clothes like without clothes on, not a pretty sight. I don't think. Not right now. In your prime, maybe.
Be ripped.
Yeah,
I got married.
yeah. We used to have pool parties at your house, and I used to be like, "Damn, I want to look like Nathan."
The other day, I got out of my pool.
No way.
I got out of my mom's pool, and obviously I didn't have a shirt on. And my mom was looking at me. She was like, "You're chubby, but I still see your abs under there." I'm like, "Yeah, they're just well protected."
It's just like a extra layer of protection. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
I
muscle
know.
is still there. It hasn't degraded at all.
I still can't develop abs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Damn,
used
I
to
really gotta
always
put
say
effort
that I
into.
couldn't develop chest, which I still haven't really developed like a lot of
You
chest.
developed a lot of chest.
Or what from where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still not like a full chest like most people have. And I'm 2 years in. I'm benching 225. I feel like I should have more. But one thing that's never changed is I only have the top four abs.
Oh, yeah, but that's just like a biology thing. That's
Yeah,
just like there's no like working out enough
it's
to
a
make more
genetics thing, not
abs.
a
Yeah.
biology thing. I mean, I guess
What?
kind of also is biology.
Yeah, I'll say what field of science is genetics? Oh, duh.
Microbiology is what it is, brother. Uh, Actually not micro, but
It's biology.
it's macrobiology.
Not even macro. It's just biology.
You think
Isn't macrobiology like?
there's no such thing as macrobiology?
Yeah, isn't that
I don't think so.
like a herd of animals and
Huh?
how like the ecosystems
Is that
interact?
really a thing?
I'm guessing. Yeah, there has to be science behind like how ecosystems work. You'd have to call that
Is
like
it called macrobiology?
what else would you call it?
Anyways, that guy was miserable at Zara. Holy shit! And you work at a nice clothing store.
How do you be miserable working a job like that and then also take it that seriously?
I don't know.
That's probably why they're miserable.
I don't. Yeah,
You take it too seriously.
yeah.
I'm not
I think
robbing you.
so. You're
I'm
Gucci.
changing.
You're not working at Saint Laurent. Yeah, Zara. It's nicer.
Stop messing with your mic, man. You're the one editing it, man.
Whatever, bro. It's my problem at the end of the day. You're right. Uh, you're at a nicer like store. Which, by the way, like I know we touched on it, but I'll touch on it again. I love their clothes.
Yeah,
Shout
very
out to
good.
Poopers. He kind of asked us to talk a little bit
Yeah,
about fashion,
about men's fashion.
men's
If
fashion.
if you want some
I'll
pricey.
give you.
If you want somewhere to go for good and stylish clothes of
Man,
varying styles, Zara. There's
I'll,
very
I'll
few Zaras in
I'll
our
give you my
location, though.
keys. My keys to the way I dress and the way that I'm currently working on dressing Nathan because his wife has contracted me to rebuild his closet.
Yep.
Uh, 3 bases. You start with three lower half bases. Pick 2 pairs of jeans and then a more comfortable casual pair of pants. Typically, I do a blue pair and a black pair of jeans. and a pair of joggers of some sort, and you start there, right? Then you'll do casual tees that you can wear everywhere. You can wear to be comfortable at home, but you can also take out. And then you pick 2 to 3 staple tops that you can alternate when you do go out. Because we're shut-ins, bro. We don't really go out often. So does it matter? And we're guys. Does it matter if you re-wear the same shirt? No, because you're gonna wear them 4 months apart.
Well, I
So-
go out often. I just don't care if you see me in the same shirt
Well,
over and over.
Nathan, brother, I've seen the same shirts in your closet for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
There are things that you wear still to this day that I wish I could rip off of you, and not like in a sexual way.
Pause. You look so good
Bro.
sometimes. I I got some old clothes, but that's why I'm
Even-
buying new clothes. Like every time I have a policy. Every time I buy a new article of clothing, I get rid of
All
an
right,
old
what
one.
did we throw away? Because you can say the pieces and I'll know. What did we throw away for the stuff we bought on Saturday?
I haven't gone there yet.
Okay, let me know.
It's part of the, it's not. It doesn't happen like instantly, but it's just like once I actually hang up the clothes and I flesh out my closet, I actually go through the closet. Like,
Let me
all
know.
right,
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what you get rid of.
there's just some like old
Uh,
shirts that just like they're a little
Yeah,
faded, they're a little small on me now.
yeah,
I just get rid of them.
yeah.
Pants wise, I don't really have a lot of pants to begin with, so I don't really got to throw them
I'm
out.
one that I don't throw away old clothes.
Why?
I also have a lot of clothes that I don't wear often.
I keep a little bit of old
My
clothes
closet
for
is
like.
so full of clothes that I've gotten in the last 2 or 3 years, and a lot of it I just have worn once or twice. And it's a lot of shirts. Like I said, I stick to the same staples, and I've also grown a lot. I don't fit in clothes from 2 years ago.
Yep.
God no. I have some awesome shirts that I love that I will never be able to wear again.
Yep.
I fold my
For good
shoulders
reason.
forward and I'll rip everything.
Dang.
Yeah, dude. I have a couple shirts from Zara that it's like, bro, I had this awesome like it was like slate blue Zara shirt, right? It
What's
was,
slate blue?
slate is like think of baby blue, but add a gray undertone.
Like a little bit of a faded blue.
Yeah. But it's like a gray undertone. It's different than faded blue. But yeah. So it was slate and it was a little longer in the back, like than in the front. It had like that cut, bro, and it had like the all instead of the stitching on the inside of the shirt, the stitching was on the outside of everything. Oh my god, was I fucking in love with that shirt,
I hate when I see stitching on the.
bro? But I'm telling you, perfect execution on the shirt. That one I did throw away because I couldn't bear to see it in my fucking closet anymore. I couldn't. I
Threw
love
it
the
away
fucking.
or you gave it away?
Oh no, I threw it away.
My dog, go to Goodwill.
Well, okay, it had paint stains on it, but
Then
I would
keep the shirt.
no.
My policy for paint in particular, because I have a few clothes
Nah,
that
it
are.
was dark blue paint. I fucked it up on a date. I went to painting with a twist. Fucked it up.
Oh no, okay. Even better. There's a lot of times where I have a few article of clothing that has paint stains on them.
Yeah.
I keep them for every time I go to paint from now on. I put that on. That's my paint uniform.
Yes, but okay, I kept it for that reason that I could wear it somewhere where I might get dirty, but it's still a nice shirt.
Mhm.
But I can't fit in it anymore, so I threw it away.
I had that same logic with jeans, particularly wearing
Oh,
them for playing
dude.
paintball. So I had like, at one point, I had like 4 pairs of jeans. 2 of them were just like,
Bro,
I just had to throw them away.
you
Just
wear
like
30,
all the
right?
paint. Huh?
What do you wear? What's your waist?
31.
31? Bro, I have so many pairs of nice jeans that I could give you. I don't fit in any of them.
Oh really? I'll take them.
Yeah. Well, we'll go through my closet and see what I can give you because I have jeans that's just like they're just ripped and slim, which I don't know if you'll want, but
Right now, I have 4 pairs of pants. I got a black pair of pants that look similar to this with more pockets.
okay.
I got one
But-
pair of blue jeans.
right.
I got the pants I'm currently wearing, and I got black jeans. Then I got like
Solid.
I got some like beach khakis that are kind of flowy, whatever. But I don't really count
Yeah,
them as
yeah,
pants.
those are
That's for
niche.
like
Those are
yeah,
niche.
that's for like a specific occasion.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I got
those
like
are-
thick jackets for like when I go travel to somewhere cold,
Yeah.
right? But that's not really.
Yeah. And then back on track, I always do like 3 staple, like going out shirts, 3 or 4, and you can
Yeah.
diversify them. You can have a long sleeve, you can do something collared. I you like pocket shirts. I love pocket shirts.
Love shirt pockets.
And then another thing to think about, we live in for all intents and purposes, something worse than a desert. So we don't do layers here. Dude,
There's no way you can compare living to a desert to living here.
95 degrees plus the amount of humidity that we have. This summer was unbearable. unbearable.
I don't think you understand what unbearable means.
Huh?
I don't think you understand what unbearable means.
I'm moving right past that, brother, because you're not gonna talk to me about English with how much you fucked up today. All right,
Fair.
all right, we're moving right past the unbearable.
I just think you're exaggerating a little bit.
No, it's bad,
You
bro.
bared it. You're here. You're alive.
It was unbearable. I didn't go outside.
Unbearable in the desert, you're not making it out. Moving on.
I hate this guy. Yeah, and then you could do like I'm not a huge fan of the way my hair is right now, so I don't really style it. I just wear hats. Uh but you could always have like a couple nicer hats. You do the all black dad hat to kind of like cycle into when you want to be a little more casual, going out somewhere.
I can't do hats or
Uh
jewelry.
your head is too big. I don't really do jewelry a whole lot. I do necklaces. I do necklaces and earrings.
I have a hard time wearing my wedding ring.
Really. I
Yeah.
can't do my hands. Anything on my hands. I can't wear watches. It's uncomfortable. I
I
used
can't do.
to
I specifically can't do
when
watches
I
either.
when I did life insurance, the first thing I did when I got in my car after work was take my watch off and leave it in my car.
I'll do
That's why
that.
all my watches got stolen when my car got broken into, because all my watches were in my center console.
I do that with anytime
Yeah,
I wear like a watch or my ring or
bracelet.
whatever. The first opportunity I can take it off, I
Yeah,
do because just
or
like
I actually broke a Michael Kors watch, one of my Michael Kors, fiddling with it because it was so uncomfortable. I would take it off and put it on and take it off, and I broke it.
yo,
And I was too lazy to go get it fixed. But watches are always great to incorporate. But for poopers is specific, just find your style. You have like right now you're working with your like young grandpa style is what I call it. I love it though. I love
young
it for you.
grandpa.
I love it for you
That's a good
though.
that's a good rap
It
name.
it is
Young
young
Gramps.
Gramps is crazy.
I like how we both instantly went to
Young
Young
Gramps.
Gramps.
That's crazy.
Big Unk.
But yeah. Shit.
Well, the idea I would like to go with, and I'm slowly building towards that, but freaking clothes are expensive and they should be $1. Um, it's just like hot swap top row and bottom row. So it's just like whatever of my shirts with whatever of my shorts or pants with whatever of my shoes. I can just I can grab one of any of those pieces, throw them all together, and they all
Have you
look
ever
good
seen?
together.
I think it's Steve Harvey. He did a
Yeah,
video of
the
the
whole
suits.
the suit.
Yeah.
That's exactly my inspiration.
But right, yeah, that's why. That's kind of that's
But
why
suits,
I got it.
But suits are easier, right? Because it's like
Right,
they're all the same exact style.
right. That's where
It's just
that's
colors.
kind of where I got it from,
Yeah,
which is like 3 staple bottoms, 3 or 4 staple tops
yeah.
with casual tops, and then I wear white Vans for everything. Variations of white Vans, high top, low top. Sometimes I do Chucks.
You got something sticky on your.
Yeah, so I just rock different variations of Vans. Really. Sometimes I work in Chucks. I do have a pair of Doc Martens I absolutely adore, but I never get to wear them. Huh?
You never wear those.
I never get to wear them, no, because they just fit certain events.
Yeah,
Like I'll wear them to concerts and stuff like that because they fit. I just wore them for my 21 Pilots outfit, which, bro, like what an incredible experience it was just
yeah, but
getting
it's
to
not
dress
like
up for
everyday
that.
wear.
No way, I can't wear Docs every day,
Yeah.
just for certain fits.
That's my beef with shoes. I wear the same shoe all the time. Not this.
Me too.
But I wear the same one shoe all the time.
Yeah, me too.
And if I'm not wearing that shoe, I'm wearing sandals. Sandals are elite.
I mean, yeah.
Do you agree that sandals are elite?
No.
No. All right.
Sandals suck.
Thought
We
I got
already
you.
went over this. I'm not going down that hole again. Man. So poopers, just hit my line, bro. You want me to dress you?
Yeah, personal stylist right here. I mean, Exhibit A. Look how good of a job he did. Even
I
look
could
good.
dress you
Oh,
and your girl. All right.
you sure about that though?
Yo, I'm better at picking women's clothes than I am men's clothes. Fun fact.
Is that a good thing?
Anyways, let's
that a
get
red flag?
comfortable right here towards the end. We'll lean back.
I'm messing with the mic, man.
Say my thank yous. I'm caressing the mic. This is me saying my thank yous. I want to do one big shout out, a couple big shout outs, actually, but one shout out Youngster Dart,
My dog.
because without him, we wouldn't have had these foam panels that you see on the wall right here, helping us sound good, nice and crisp. He's also going to be a lot of help behind the scenes. I have a feeling
Yup.
he was on my ass about, a message that he sent us that we never answered.
What was it?
He texted us to tell us he has like programs and stuff that he can help us with audio and editing. Like months ago, it was like 2 months ago when we did our first like test podcast.
Shout out to my dog.
Because I went back and
homies
I
around
went
here.
back and found the text message
Yeah.
that he sent us. Yeah, and I was like, oh, like in front of him, I was like, oh, awkward. So shout out, youngster Dart.
Blame your ADHD for that.
Shout out everybody who. We're
Yeah.
recording this shortly after the release of episode 3, but shout out to you guys who have watched the newest
Yup.
episode, and enjoyed it.
Real homies.
A lot of people have said that a little more of a free form style is good for us.
Yep.
And
We like the feedback.
appreciate that.
Keep it coming. More
Yeah.
feedback is better.
We appreciate that.
We listened. We changed the setup. We're a
We're
lot
working on
more
it. Yes. Shout out to us.
officially podcast looking
Yeah.
type maneuver here.
Yeah. I feel good about it, man.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying this. Thank you, Nathan, for being here,
No.
for joining me today. There's a couple things we did real good today. A couple things we didn't get to talk about. We'll just touch them on the next podcast.
Yep. I know, right? I feel like there's a few more things to talk about.
Yeah.
But,
We had a couple ideas in the back pocket in case we needed them. We didn't even get to talk about Don to Don.
Nope.
Phenomenal, by the way. We will talk about that.
Next time.
But no anime in this episode.
No. Good.
Guys,
Tell us how you like it.
it's a pleasure. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And go watch episode 3 if you haven't seen it already. It was incredible. It doesn't look as good as this, but it probably sounds just as good as this.
Before this one, episode 3, probably the best one so far. This one is yet to see.
We yet to see. We'll see how it all sits.
Yep.
You know, like a beautiful meal. You know, you just got to see how it sits on the plate. We'll see how it sits on the plate.
Worst analogy I could have possibly heard.
Oh, man. All right. I'm out of here. Peace. Supposed to get up and walk out. We walked in, you walk out. Yeah.